Hi, so this is my second video. The first one was just a little introduction about me. So in this video I'm going to be telling you how I'm going to go about trying to achieve my goals. Like I said before, I've been to countless psychologists and psychiatrists, so I have a few tools and techniques that I can use. The most common one that pretty much everyone is taught when they first see a psychologist is the breathing. So when I have my panic attack, I'm going to try and get into the breathing. The other one is, I was told to, when you have the panic attack, to actually let it happen. So I'll be trying to do that as well. So when I have my panic attack, I'll be like going through my symptoms and saying, okay, so my heart is racing, my hands are sweating, I'm feeling lightheaded, but reinforce to myself that this is just bodily sensations. It's not, I'm not going crazy, I'm not dying, it's just part of the panic. Another thing I will be doing is a new technique I've been taught. It's called NLP, which stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. What it basically is you use a really strong memory of when you were really excited in life, something that you did that caused you great excitement, or you can use something that made you laugh, but really laugh, like so hard that you forget everything. And what you do is, when you get into that panic mode, you use that memory to counteract the anxiety. So to give you an example, what I use, and the thing with this NLP is you need to practice it every single day, because what it does is, the more you practice, it kind of retrains your brain to associate the adrenaline sensations that are going through your body from the anxiety to, instead of being afraid of the adrenaline sensations, to being like excited, and like it reassociates the sensation from a negative sensation to a positive sensation. I'm not an expert in it. You need to go find a practitioner who actually practices NLP, but I have found it quite useful. But the key to this treatment is consistency, and you need to practice it every day, because the more you practice it, the more ingrained it gets into your brain. I mean, think about it. For years you've been using negative thoughts in your mind, and you've created this fear that when you have a panic attack, something bad is going to happen to you. So obviously, if you're doing this every single day, saying, practicing this excitement technique or positive technique, it eventually your brain will start thinking positively instead of negatively. So what I use is, I use a memory that I was really excited in, and I'll tell you what it is, what I use. Before I had my condition, I was a very adventurous person. I loved the adrenaline rush. I loved it so much when I was younger. I used to, in our house, the first house that we lived in, when I was quite young, when I was about 8-9 years old, we had a little veranda with a little railing, and I used to climb up on it and jump off it onto the grass. And that rush of just jumping off it and like being high up, I loved that sensation. Like, it just gave me the biggest rush. So what I do is, every day, I do this about 10 times. This is how I practice. You first put yourself into an anxious state. I know it sounds scary, but once you try it and you see how quickly you can go from being scared to being okay, you know, it makes it easier to practice it. And it really, like for me, I find it really works. So I'll make myself anxious. I think about an anxious situation that I'm going to be in, like say I'm going to travel somewhere, and I get myself into a really anxious state. So when you're like at a level of like from 0 to 10, like between 8 and 10 in your anxiety being really high, because I'm an actual visual person, I actually get up and go through the motions of being excited. So I get up and I pretend I'm climbing up on that railing and I'm holding the bar, and I remember I used to just goad myself and was like, oh yeah, I'm going to jump, and like even that rush of sensation, that excitement that goes through you, and then I actually like jump, like I physically jump, and I just remember and I feel, you know, that feeling, and the anxiety, as soon as I start with that memory, like the anxiety just dissipates, it just completely goes away. So that's what I'll be using. I'll be practicing that. I've already started. I'm going to practice that every single day. The other thing is when you travel outside, like with the agoraphobia, when you travel to a place that is outside of your comfort zone and you do have a panic attack, the key is, I've been told, not to run away, because when you run away it makes it harder to go back there again. So like I'll be videotaping all of these when I actually do travel. When I have my panic attack, I will sit there with the panic attack for at least 5 minutes, because usually what happens is the panic attack won't last that long anyway. What makes the panic attack last so long is you keep feeding it, you keep thinking, oh god, oh god, oh god, I'm dying. But if you sit there and just, you know, do your breathing and say, or switch to that memory, it will go. And once it goes, it makes it easier. And when you feel completely at ease, completely comfortable, then you can head back home. And that's what I'll be doing. Once I feel completely comfortable, I will head back home. And you feel so much better because you've done it, and you're like, and then you're more excited to go the next day and try a little bit further. I've been on a lot of forums these past few days, Agrophobic panic attack forums, and I see a lot of people on there, and a lot of you feel like you're alone in your symptoms and what you're doing. I just want to let you all know you're not. And you know, although our symptoms may vary, everyone who has this, I don't want you to think that you're crazy, because you're not. And I'd be happy, because that's my major thought. I think every time I have a panic attack, I think, oh my gosh, I am going crazy, like I'm totally going to lose my mind and I'm going to be locked up in an asylum somewhere. But I have been told over and over again that you cannot go crazy from panic. So I want to reinforce that to you. You guys are not crazy. You're not ever going to go crazy. Don't ever be ashamed of it. Don't think that just because, you know, someone has certain symptoms and you don't have those, that, you know, you're unique in it. It's not. You know, we don't all have the same symptoms. We're all unique and different in our own way. But the only thing we all have in common is that we're afraid of panic attacks, and we will do anything to avoid them. And like I said, but for people with agoraphobia, that's our fear. Like, we don't want to go anywhere outside of our comfort zone so we don't have a panic attack. And the same thing with OCD. In my case, my OCD is a coping mechanism for my anxiety, for my panic. I do my OCD rituals so I don't have a panic attack. And that's another thing I'm going to be tackling. Like, I'm going to go, one of my first goals tomorrow is to actually go for a walk. I have a major OCD symptom that I do, which is I avoid walking on cracks on the footpath or on the pavement lines. I avoid walking on them, so I will purposely be walking on them tomorrow. That's a big thing for me, and I'll videotape it. Like, I'll show you how I went and if I reach my destination, so you can see my progress. that's how I'm going to go about to do it. I have a lot of goals that I want to. My major goal is I want to go overseas with my husband, because we never had a honeymoon, and I want my husband and I to have a honeymoon. And preferably that we would love to go overseas to do that. So that's my major goal, you know. And trust me, once I get there, I will be videotaping everything where I am, and I'll be so excited. I'll be jumping up and down doing little dances. You guys will probably laugh. I don't care. I'm just going to be over the moon once I get there. But that's my ultimate goal, to travel overseas. And again, like I said, without medication. Valium is very addictive. I need to get off it. I want to get off it. I've been using it a lot lately as a crutch, and I need to start cutting it down. But yeah, so this is my plan on how I'm going to go about doing it. Like one of my psychologists said, baby steps. Every step counts, and every success, you know, celebrate it. And if you do fail, don't beat yourself up, which is something that I do a lot, because, you know, tomorrow is always another day. But I just really want to reinforce that with agoraphobia, the key is consistency. You need to do something every single day. That's what I have found. When you do it, you can't just go out one day, you know, and you've had a success and you're happy, and then the next day, you know, stay at home again and not do nothing. No, that's going to take you back to that anxious fear again when you want to go out. So when you're on that high, when you've gone out, when you've done it, even if you haven't reached the goal that you set, go out the next day. Just keep going every single day. You need to do it every single day, and that's my method. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I mean by I've been lazy. I'm not consistent, but that's what I'm going to change. I'm going to go out every single day and try, and I will post up. I will tell you whether I failed or whether I succeeded. I will let you know, but every single day I will update and tell you I did this, I succeeded, or I didn't, but at least I went out and did it, that I gave it a go. The other thing, I just want to let you guys know that from what I learned from my experiences, is diet plays a major role in anxiety. If you don't eat properly, it messes with your mind. You need sustenance, you need food. So please keep, you know, everybody make sure that you're well fed, and you know, you're not hungry at times. This has got nothing to do with how you look and that. Just make sure that you're properly nourished. The other thing I really recommend, and I find that is extremely important, is exercise. Now, the point of the exercise is physical exercise, is that you need to get all that adrenaline out of your body. I mean, think about it. If you do exercise every single day, you know, to a point where you're really tired, when you do have a panic attack and that adrenaline goes through, because you've already used up most of that energy, you're going to be too tired to prolong the panic attack. So just, you know, start off slowly, and then build it up to however long you can go, but please do some form of exercise. Because if you've noticed, like with me, when I have a panic attack, my adrenaline is just running through my body, obviously because of the fight or flight response, which I'm sure all of you know about. For those of you that don't, I'll just give you a really quick recap about what it is. The fight or flight response is an ingrained response in all human beings. Basically, it turns on our adrenaline system to fight or run away from a dangerous situation. So that's why we get the heart pumping really fast, because it's pumping blood to our extremities, like our arms and our legs, which is ready to fight or ready, to run away. We feel lightheaded because it's draining the blood from our head. So it can go to our arms and our legs. We get nauseous in that because it's trying to eliminate areas that don't need as much blood. So so we can fight or like I said, run away from the danger. The thing is that with people with anxiety and panic attacks, we don't have any physical danger there. It's just an imagined danger or fear, but the response is real. We're triggering that fight or flight response, so we're having all these symptoms. So what I do when all that adrenaline is running around, I actually do exercise. I actually start running up and down my stairs, or I will jump on my my exercise equipment and do it, and it really does get rid of the panic attacks. I even do sometimes I do push-ups, I'll do sit-ups, something that's going to make me tired, and it gets rid of that adrenaline and you start to feel really tired. If you're having trouble with the thoughts, which I do too, is at that moment, like I said, if you don't know the NLP trick, to switch over to something that's really exciting, at the moment what I do is I use distraction techniques. So I'll start thinking about something else, anything that has nothing to do with the panic, or I will do something like I will play a puzzle game or something to keep my mind occupied, so I'm not focusing on those thoughts. Okay, so like I said, exercise, diet, really important, and if you can get in touch with someone who practices NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, I suggest, personally, I recommend it. They can be quite expensive, but it's up to you whether you want to do it or not. And the other thing too is I'm not really a meditation person, but what I want to have a go at is maybe Tai Chi or something like that, which involves kind of meditating, breathing and moving at the same time, because I'm an impatient person, I can't sit still for too long. So I'm going to try something like that to calm my mind as well. So that's how I'm going to go about doing it. From now on, I will be posting every single day, letting you guys know how I've gone, where I've gone, what I've done, my successes and my failures. So this is kind of like the end of the chatting thing. Like I said, I hope you guys follow me. Hopefully with your guys' help and support, I can do this, and I hope you guys, try it too. I will show you guys what I'm doing. If you guys have any questions, just ask me on the YouTube channel in the comments below, and I'll answer you and let you know. You can follow me on Twitter if you want to ask me any questions. My name is Dimi Kurtz. It's DIMIKOURTZ. If you have any questions, let me, just ask me. I'll be happy to answer them. So good luck, guys, to you guys that want to do it with me, and good luck to me too. I hope I get through this, and I hope I really inspire you guys to get through it too, because I do not wish this disorder on anyone. And for all you guys that do have it, I hope you guys get through it too, and you reach your goals, whatever they may be. Okay, bye from me, and here we go. Bye.